Welcome to Winning-stl, where we have conversations about how St. Louis can best compete and win in the battle for talent, jobs, growth, and equity. Winning-stl is sponsored by the Hartford Small Business Insurance, and we're at Fox & Hounds, an iconic tavern within the Cheshire, a luxury boutique hotel with a British-inspired aesthetic located in Central Clayton. I'm Ian Caso, publisher of the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, and today I'm speaking with Marie-Hélène Bernard, President and CEO of the St. Louis Symphony Orchestra. Marie-Hélène, so wonderful to have you. Thanks for coming. I wonder how many of our viewers, how many people in St. Louis really appreciate and understand just how well regarded the St. Louis Symphony Orchestra really is nationally. Give me your perspective on that.
Well, I think many people in St. Louis value the St. Louis Symphony Orchestra and recognize the standing of this institution and the orchestra. I think nationally the orchestra has always had a very, very strong reputation. We're the second oldest in the country, so
right.
we have an incredible legacy. And interestingly, St. Louis was a pioneer and an innovator in various aspects of our industry. We were leaders in music education still today. We started visiting schools in 1921. We were commissioning Black composers in the 1930s.
Wow.
The amount of new music we have put on this stage in St. Louis, the number of careers we have launched, conductors, artists that other major orchestras would not invite because they didn't want to take the risk. So the St. Louis Symphony Orchestra has been a risk taker for 143 years, but the quality of the orchestra has risen over the years to remarkable levels. And nationally, we've always had a very good reputation. What's interesting is we have a much smaller community than most other orchestras that we compare ourselves to. But I think in a way, we have probably taken an approach over the years where, no one's paying attention too much. So we're taking a risk that other orchestras in larger metropolitan areas have been probably afraid of taking. But really, the artistic essence of this organization is truly remarkable.
So you've kind of touched on some of these themes in what you just said, but what are the opportunities, challenges in producing this kind of caliber of work in St. Louis?
Yeah. Opportunities are huge. So it's interesting, in history, the St. Louis Symphony Orchestra has launched many careers of conductors and artists that other major orchestras would never present. So when you look back to the careers that we launched over the years, it's quite remarkable. So we took risk on artists that had to start somewhere, and the St. Louis Symphony often invited them, and the orchestra has been always very supportive. They will never let a conductor and artist down. So that has really made the St. Louis Symphony a risk taker artistically. Also in creating new music or commissioning new music, we took chances on composers that had very little experience writing for symphony orchestras. 30 years ago, we established the In Unison Chorus. This is a chorus of 100 and plus voices that really focuses on promoting, establishing, and raising awareness for music written by Black and Brown composers. Orchestras 30 years ago did not invest in their community to revive music that is the essence of African American Black music in our country. And now it's from around the world. And that has led the symphony to work with 35 African American churches over the region in the last, now I think we're in year 29, I think 2024 will mark 30 years. So this is just an example of how the orchestra has initiated programs, taken risk, really investing in communities in ways that I have seen very few major orchestras do.
I wonder if you encounter that certain people are intimidated by the symphony orchestra. And, in the same way someone might be intimidated by a wine list. Oh my gosh, there's so many things I don't know. How does that inform how you branch out into new audiences?
Sure. I think we always tell people, come as you are. Music is an experience of the heart. what you hear, what you feel is what is. That's the only thing that matters. We could be sitting in a concert hall together and hear and experience something very different, listening to same music. So we really, Stéphane Denève, our newer music director, and I, for the last 5 years, have worked very intentionally to create an environment where people know that it's an experience from the heart. It's not an intellectual experience. You don't need a special education or special knowledge to come and enjoy it. If you come and hear music and you leave excited, you want to come back, you want to learn more about a composer or about a musician in the orchestra, we feel we've done our job. So music is about connecting humans in an experience that's truly unique. So we really want to stress the importance of don't worry, about dressing a certain way. Don't worry about knowing or not. We are in this business and we learn and hear music that we don't know every day. I mean, every week we program experiences in music we've never heard in our life. Our musicians play a lot of music they've never played before. So we are all in this moment. That's a unique moment of discovery, and that's what's so wonderful about playing music.
Well, I think it was inspiring in a lot of ways. When you brought in Stéphane, you might think, oh, here comes this scary French conductor, oh my gosh. And then you hear him speak or you meet him and you think this is one of the more approachable people you can imagine. And he's, he's talking about some of the same things you are, which is come and experience it. And you don't have to be well schooled in the history of classical music necessarily to appreciate it and enjoy it.
But I think also we want people just to trust their intuition. It's important for people to just kind of let go and let their own being enjoy what they hear. And music brings all kinds of emotions. So I think it's true of other types of music. If you love country music, if you love heavy metal or other types, there's reasons that this music comes to serve a certain need you have. Do you ever worry whether any type of music that's non-classical music, would you ever worry about how well you know the lyrics or how well you know the bass line or whether you exactly know what the guitar player is going to play? No, you just enjoy it. So classical music should be fun. It's like, why is it that, and we are a victim of our own, going back to 50 years post-war, orchestras have created an environment that led communities to feel this way, and it started before. But we have kind of boxed ourselves into a situation where people felt like classical music is not fun. They're going to lock me in for 2 hours, and I can't get out. I can't chew gum. I can't talk to my It's like, so let's bring fun back into the music experience.
Well, Marie-Hélène, I have to say, I thought this would be interesting, and it absolutely was. You have a very interesting perspective, and I want to thank you so much for coming in and sharing your thoughts with us.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.